Good day, everyone. I am Anilin Rosati,
And I'm Elmi El Coyos.
And I am Maria Teresa Esquivel.
and we are the Group 4. Today, we're going to present to you our concept paper in macroeconomics, which is titled of Examining the Impact of Exports, FDI, Government Spending, and Household Consumption on Philippine GDP Growth. For our Chapter 1 Introduction, Rationally, GDP G is a fundamental indicator of a nation's economic health and services as a proxy for overall economic development. It reflects the growth in the production of goods and services within a country, which ultimately impacts the standard of living and well-being of its citizens. By analyzing the determinants of GDPG, we gain valuable insights into the factors that drive economic growth, enabling policymakers to formulate effective strategies for achieving sustainable economic development. The global economy has experienced significant shocks in recent decades, including the COVID-19 pandemic, the Russia-Ukraine war, and periods of high inflation. These events have led to economic downturns, slowed global trade, and disrupt supply chains, impacting economies worldwide. GDP growth is a crucial indicator of a nation's economic health, reflecting the growth in the production of goods and services. This study emphasizes the need to understand the factors driving economic growth in the Philippines, particularly in the light of recent global economic shocks. For the For the objectives of the study, specifically the study aims to determine the trend of the following economic variables from 1970 to 2020 in the Philippines: gross domestic product growth rate and exports of goods and services, foreign direct investment or FDI, general government consumption expenditure, household and NPISHS, final consumption expenditure. Second, objectives of the significant relationship between the GDP growth rate and the following: exports of goods and services, foreign direct investment, general government consumption expenditure, household and NPISH, final consumption expenditure.
Conceptual framework. The study's conceptual framework is built upon the following key concepts. Gross domestic product growth, GDPG. This is the primary focus of the study, representing the annual percentage change in the value of goods and services produced in a country. It serves as a measure of overall economic performance and well-being. Export of goods and services, or EOGS, this variable represents the value of goods and services sold by a country to other countries. It is a crucial driver of economic growth, particularly in economies like the Philippines that rely heavily on international trade. Foreign direct investment or FDI, this refers to long-term investments made by companies or individuals from one country into another country. FDI brings capital, technology, and employment opportunities, contributing to economic development. General Government Consumption Expenditure or GGCE, this represents the government spending on goods and services, including public infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Government spending can stimulate economic activity and support infrastructure development. Household and NPISH is Final Consumption Expenditure or HFCE. This represents the total spending by households on goods and services, including both durable and non-durable goods. Household spending is a significant driver of economic growth, reflecting consumer confidence and overall economic activity. This is the conceptual framework.
So let's proceed to chapter 2, methodology.
Research design. The study used a quantitative method of research Research design. The study used a quantitative method of research design to determine the relationship and measure the strength of each variable in the econometric model. The research design is in difference to the approach used by Santos, Sereno, and Kigel 2022, wherein a quantitative method was used to analyze the implication of the independent variables to the dependent variables. The ordinary least squares is the statistical tool used in determining the say relationship with different tests for the strength of the econometric model.
For the data sources, the paper specifically uses the following data: gross domestic product growth or GDPG, annual percentage growth rate of GDP at market prices based on constant local currency, exports of goods and services or EOGS, annual growth rate of exports of goods and services based on a constant local currency. Foreign direct investment or FDI, net inflows the reporting economy from foreign investors divided by GDP. General government consumptions, expenditure GGCA, CE, annual percentage growth of general government final consumption expenditure based on a constant local currency. Household and NPSH final consumptions expenditure or HFCE annual percentage growth of household and NPIS H financial consumption expenditure based on the constant local currency. This data collected from the World Bank Open Data websites, which offers a comprehensive database of economic indicators for numerous countries, including the Philippines. This website is a valuable resource for researchers, providing access to a wide range of data with minimal restrictions. For our econometric model, which is GDPG equals beta 0 plus beta 1 EOGS plus beta 2 FDI plus beta 3 GGCE plus beta 4, which is HFCE plus U, where GDP is gross domestic product growth and EOGS exports and goods and services, and FDI is foreign direct investment, and GDCE is general government consumption expenditure. HFCE is household and NPISH financial consumption expenditure. Beta 0 is equal to intercept the value of GDP G when all the other variables are 0. Beta 1 and beta 2 and beta 3 and beta 4 is equals to coefficients of the respective variables representing the change in GDP G for a 1 unit change in the corresponding variable, holding other variables constant. US error term captures the effects of limited variables and random shocks. Omitted. That's all,
All
ma'am.
ma'am,
Thank
thank you.
you.